Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Hellenica, where last video I let run for almost 40 minutes. Oops. I might split that into two. I probably won't though, but oh well. That was amazing! I gotta get one of these autokinetons. Shield grind. That wasn't even a fight. I expected more for the rebels. Rebels, haven't they been defeating Sparta's autokineton troops? But the Spartans didn't have an ace autokineton pilot on their side. Oh, look, it seems they're not done. Hey, look, there's more of them. We're gonna see the magic that you've been bringing. Oh, hello. What's this? The brass head's too slow to run away. You'll pay for that boast, girl. Men, show them our masks. But sir, you said to only... I thought you would be man enough to beat this current Spartan pet. The masks, now! Hello. You aren't Spartans, you cowards. You're so scared of change that you betrayed your oaths and your king. Now in defeat, you turn to barbarian magic. By Ares, you'll pay for your crimes today. Bracinus, ever the brass eagle. I knew leaving you alive was a mistake, but the fates have granted me the chance to correct it. What have you done? Artemis, What is this? Ow. She's coming. I'll summon the others. Try to relax now, Arctos. Where am I? Where am I? We were fighting Spartan rebels and there was a storm of fire. Nefel, is she okay? Don't worry, Arctos. Your companions are fine. She comes down. She's awake! Thank Zeus, I didn't think any woman could survive that. Diona, are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? Your friend will be fine, Nefel. She's under the care of the most skilled healer in Greece. That's a relief. I mean, I've gotten some bad burns messing with Theomechani, especially working under that super pressurized boulder unit, but I was scared you were gone. Subnautica? I'll be fine. But where are we? Who's he? Why have you... Take it easy, Diona. Even an Arctos like yourself is not immortal. Rest now and regain your strength. The Enchantress and I will watch over you. Enchantress? Oh yeah, she's amazing. I wasn't sure you were going to make it until she got to work on you. And Hippocrates doesn't come close. No human healer, you mean. Rest, little bear cub. You can trust Circe to look over you. Not Circe. Time for hibernation is over, little bear cub. Wake up. Your body... She must have been barely unconscious. Your body's strength is returned, and your mind will grow sluggish if you sleep too long. Where are they? What have you done with them? I beg your pardon. I know of you, Circe, the demi-goddess who bewitches sailors and turns them into beasts. I don't know if you brought them on a leash or a dinner plate, but you will bring them to me now, my dear aggressive bear cub. I merely offered them sustenance while you recovered. I'm sure they'll be back here in no time. You've earned your ill reputation, which take me to my friends now, or I'll crush your skull in my claws. That ill reputation started after people started raiding her island. Back in Jason's time, she took people on, so yeah, I'll help you. And then bad stuff happened between that and when Odysseus came there not a couple hundred years later, because it was Heracles' grandchildren were in that fight. But anyway. Or children, grandchildren. Diona, you're awake again, looking healthy, and back to your usual growling at people. It sounds as though someone is owed an apology. Maybe, after a few things are explained. Why are you helping us, and how did we get here? I can answer that. Splendid. Who are you? Oh, that's Skylax. He helped carry you away after the battle with Hades. He even fought off a few of the Spartan rebels that followed us. It was strange to watch. His movements looked like they belonged to a bird, not a warrior. And even using some sort of barbarian blade, he defeated our pursuers as if they were children. Skylax, you're Persian, aren't you? Quite a coincidence you were nearby when the rebels just got a shipment of supernatural weapons from the east. What brought you so far from home? Persia may be my birthplace, but it's not my home. Oh, this again. That sounds like a type of Persian barbarian to me. Okay, Magian. Slaughter would be more accurate. Same destiny. Your wounds were grave. Oh, Arctos, I couldn't just let you die. Not after... Skylax and I became acquainted back when you were still crawling on all fours as a child, not a bear. He knew I could be relied on for this favor. Don't tell me you were foolish enough to make a bargain with Circe. She's granted us refuge from your pursuers and treated your nearly fatal wound. Whatever she wants in return cannot be worth your life. If he promised you my firstborn, you're going to be disappointed. Ha! Tell me then, Arctos, what do you think would be a fair price for saving you? Do you take iron bars? Why don't you leave the girl out of this, Circe? The two of us can reach an agreement. Ah, yes, Skylax. The exiled Magian still on his quest for true fire. And somehow, I almost skipped past lots of dialogue that I hadn't before. I may have skipped past a little bit of it. Oh well. You know, I thought I was sending you to your death when I asked you to claim the Pashint fragment for me all those years ago. But you ended up being stronger than I imagined. And that was before you studied the teachings of Heraclitus, before you traveled beyond the north wind and distant Hyperbia to learn their art of sword dancing, before you slew the great beast that belched fire and forged a blade from its tooth. You forged a blade from a dragon's tooth. You have so much you could offer me. Name your price, Circe, but leave the young Arctos out of this. Why is he so determined to protect me? Yes, I can see how your history might make you desperate to help her. After all, some things can't be undone. However, your offer is mostly irrelevant. Fortunately for these three, the price of my hospitality has already been paid. You see, my cousin Artemis has impressed upon me the importance of aiding Diona and her companions. It's a shame, really. The Spartan would have made a handsome turtle. He was in the past. Sorry, what? Though not all is lost, there are still quite a few things I could do with you, Skylax. He's my companion. Artemis' protection extends to him. Surely you jest. A Persian joining you on your quest to save all of Greece, and I know you hadn't met him when you woke up on my island. Skylax of Persia, my foes have grown more numerous and deadly than I imagined. If you're willing, I would ask for your help in fulfilling my goddess's quest and saving Greece. It would be my privilege to fight by your side. Maybe on this journey I can finally just... Thank you, Arctos. Charming, but you really don't expect me to believe he's your companion. But I said he is. Perhaps you should take your dispute up with Artemis. My, aren't you feral, barking and growling to guard your pack, but that one doesn't deserve your protection. Now, servant of the Huntress, how else would you indulge my hospitality? Skylax has joined the party, and I can skill him! Finally. Let's see what other skills you have. Fireball? Ooh. Fire orbs. Detonate after the hit return. Ooh. Fire blast. Ooh. Ignite. Oh, that's the blue flame we saw in the labyrinth. Ooh. Okay. Which? Fireball, fire orbs, fire blasts. I'm gonna do the fire blast orbs. Excuse me. Now, which one do I want to equip it to? I want to equip it to the fire wave. Replace the fire wave with the fire orbs. There we go. Shent fragment. A lion. Wow, is that a lion? Don't be silly, there are no lions. A lion! Oh, he's cute. Look at his friends. Oh, we've had this. Or perhaps they're just foolish enough to heal us. Seriously. Can't look at it again. I probably should not have rushed past. There's a fox. A peacock. A fine animal. What life did you kidnap him from? So hostile, Arctos. It just so happens that he was desperate for asylum after witnessing King Darius' murder. Darius? Of Persia? I thought he just died in his sleep. He was murdered, and the assassin was quite thorough, not giving up the chase until an oracle assured him that no man remained who bore witness to the crime. Of course, that's because he Daremus was here was a peacock by then. But who could kill Darius and get away with it? To hide something of that magnitude, you need the influence of a king. Very good, Arctos. The tyrant Artaxerxes' reign was stained with blood from the start. I actually learned that in Hades last time I went through time. I'm sorry, what? If you knew the truth about Darius' death, why didn't you tell anyone? The greatest of cruelest of human kings would be nothing more than a pet if you visited my shores. So why would I fret over their constant scheming and betrayals? Well, because other people. You're wasting your breath, Mithel. Okay, this shin fragment. Is there anything else we can look at? Nope. Admiring your handiwork, Skylax. Half of the shin Egypt's sacred crown. I hardly expected you to succeed in stealing such a treasure. Maybe one day you'll require the other half of me. I wouldn't accept such a quest from you unless the world was ending. You may just get that chance. I know you sent us there to die, Enchantress. You tricked us into entering those vaults ignorant of what lay within. I didn't tell you Artaxerxes would go to great lengths to... I did tell you Artaxerxes would go to great lengths to protect his treasure vaults. Wait, did you raid the Imperial Persian treasure vaults? I don't think there's a more heavily guarded location on Earth. The bards say Daedalus himself would be lost in their maze of corridors and traps. They're too kind to that accursed place. It's filled with foul beasts and terrible magics. You seem to have survived the ordeal. Why are you so bitter? It started with the 3 cracked ribs I got being thrown down through a wall, and things went down from there. I would have died a dozen times that day had Anaxagoras not been on my side. You just said the magic word. Wait, you mean Anaxagoras, the famous Theomechanist, raided the vaults with you? He was just Anaxagoras Theomechanist then, a brilliant mind and faithful companion. But everything changed after the Imperial Vaults. I thought I was lost, but he dragged my broken body back to Circe. He sat by my side for weeks as Circe pulled me from death's grasp. But when I finally awoke, he told me his quest was over. He believed the price of obtaining the mythical true fire would be too high, and he wasn't going to watch me die for it. His future lay instead in Athens, building Theomechani with more mundane tools. He implored me to join him, but now that I had a lead on the location of the true fire, I couldn't stop. What possessed a noble warrior like you to help with Circe's theft? To become Circe's thief? We were growing desperate. We had no new clues on the true fire for months. Anaxagoras was beginning to doubt it even existed. Circe promised to help us if we brought back the fragment of the Shent. And Persia had no right to that sacred crown. They had plundered it from Egypt. Okay. So, but if Circe told you where the true fire is, it wasn't the true fire. She lied. You wounded me with such accusations. I provided him precious knowledge of a mythical fire that had burned since before human memory, just as I promised. And when you journeyed to Hyperborea, you found it, did you not? You neglected to mention it lay within the bowels of a terrible winged beast. I didn't think it would be relevant. You had just stolen the treasured Shent fragment from Persia's impenetrable imperial vaults. I would hardly imagine winged monstrosity of a lizard would give you pause. So, what happened? Did the beast have the true fire? No. That beast infernal was extinguished when it was slain. It was never from man to wield. Perhaps it's just as well. The destruction its blaze wrought on Hyperborea was without compare. It's quite a coincidence that you happened upon us just as we were about to descend to Hades. Destiny may seem like coincidence, but it is ever the consequence of the paths we walk. In this case, one ill-fated adventure over a decade ago taught me to recognize... Oh, bloody hell. The weapon... Hands off mouse. The weapons used there are the mark of Artaxerxes' immortals. Following the trail of my old foes led me to you. You're wrong. Our foes weren't Persians. They were Spartan rebels. And no Spartan would ever aid Persia after they tried to invade Greece. Even the rebels have more honor than that. They certainly wielded weapons of the pretender king's forces. So Artaxerxes was the mysterious supplier supporting the rebel Spartans? That makes sense. He certainly got enough money to hire pirates to ship weapons. Well, I don't understand what Persia gets from supplying the Spartan rebels. If they're planning an invasion, wouldn't it be easier just to use the weapons themselves? I know, let's head to Crete. Maybe we can trick a pirate into revealing more of Artaxerxes' plans. We also don't know how the Persians have such deadly weaponry in the first place. I suspect Circe can answer the question. What? Why? Because she's the one that first set me on a course to collide with the vile weapons Artaxerxes. And she was the one that healed my broken body when I was carried back to her, just as she healed yours. Okay, I think we are down to just you. I have some questions for you. Certainly, but before that, if I may, it's rare I get visitors of any sort on my island. To have an honorable Arctos as a guest is cause for celebration, so I've laid out a feast for you and companions. Oh, do I want to do the feast? That's thoughtful of you. I haven't seen a feast like this since... Oh, I clicked again. Press stop. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get your seat. Artemis Brass, I will end you. What? But I... Enchantress, you might be able to fool Spot. Such a predictable ruse, but I'm insulted you hope to snare me with it. It was just a bit of fun. The Huntress would be displeased if I kept you as pets for very long anyway. I thought, though, I think the Spartan would make a very cute turtle. Okay. Enough with your games, Enchantress. What do you know about the weapons the Spartans used to attack us? You mean the ones you would have killed that would have killed you were not for my healing prowess? Yeah, the ones with all the awesome lightning and explosive thunder that knocked Neona around like a loose bolt in a centrifuge. I would say I know less of those weapons than you, Arctos. I've only studied their effects. You felt them shatter your bones and scald your flesh. I suspect I'll never have that kind of first-hand experience with them. I don't think Artemis would appreciate you wasting my time. What do you know about the weapons? They wield a wicked and primal magic, harkening back to the fearful ignorant age before the Olympics. How is Artaxerxes and his thugs came by such weapons? My senses are not as sharp as the Huntress's, and the tyrant Artaxerxes' bloody reign in Persia has clouded the ether with pain and hate. Yet it cannot mask the foul wind that rolls around his palace. It howls as though it's come from the primeval age, a time of the Titans, full of wistful memory and anger. You may have heard the Persians call their ruler the God King. Yeah, but I always thought that was just a pompous title they bestowed upon themselves. It's not like he's flinging lightning bolts from the sky or something. So you may think, but for young Artaxerxes, that title is not entirely unwarranted. Could he actually be a demigod like you? Oh, wrong voice. This is not Brasidius. Could he actually be a demigod like you? Insomuch as a vulture is like a hawk, but learning his nature is critical to your quest. Which of you is the vulture and which of you is the hawk? I'll leave you to decide that for yourself. It sounds like Crete's our only need, and I'm eager to learn who supplied weapons that nearly killed me. That might not be the only course of action, Arctos. I have a companion nearby who could aid us. Wait, you mean Anaxagoras? Fiona, we have to go see him! Skylex has been telling you about some of the Theomechani devices he built, and then you two run off and see him. I'll go fulfill my divine quest while you're playing with steam minions. It's more than that, Arctos. Anaxagoras was my companion when I first traveled Greece. He's brilliant and loyal. And unless I miss my mark, he's probably well aware of the danger Greece faces and is already working on a plan. We should have two. You might also be interested in the other guest you've brought to my shores. She's definitely interested in you. Another guest? Skylax? What's she talking about? She must mean that woman in black. I thought I saw her following us in Sparta. I don't remember seeing any woman. You weren't meant to. She's fleet of foot and subtle as the rabbits of Hyperborea. I didn't realize she had followed us this far, though. If she was foolish enough to follow us to Circe's home, she's probably a peacock by now. No, she was wise enough to anchor her boat just offshore, hidden among the nearby rocks like a shadow. We could go talk to Nix. Okay. So, there's this. Skulking and Myra visit, but that's probably going to take us to places we already have been. There is this, Anaxagoras. Let's go ahead and go to Anaxagoras. That is a thing we have not done. I need to do that feast sometime. Okay. You know, I only asked you to join us to stop Circe from turning you into a dog or eating you, right? We will be parting ways soon. Fiona, I don't believe that was the only reason. Though in any case, it matters not. I know the path of my destiny is at your side. What do you mean? You might wear the skin and fierce countenance of a solitary predator, but you're beginning to understand. There are things that you can't accomplish alone. Just remember, when the streams of our destinies flow together, they form a mighty river. I think I don't need a would-be philosopher spouting cryptic advice. I'm on Arctos. My life isn't that complicated. I go where Artemis commands, and I do her will. If you want to travel with us, your job is simple too. Keep your mad philosophy to yourself, and stick the sharp end of your blade into our foes. Think you can handle that? I am at your disposal, Arctos. You can call me Diona, and I clicked through way too fast because I pushed with both, but I used both fingers. Oh well. It's nearly dusk, and your friend isn't here. Don't worry, Anaxagoras will be here at sunset, just like he said. Shouldn't we be able to see him on one of the roads, though? There's a pretty good view from this hill. You've led us into an ambush, haven't you, Persian? Stop your bleeding, Brass. If you wanted us dead, he would have left us to the squadron rebels. And don't forget how he stood up to Circe for us. By Apollo, that lady gives me chills. I was scared she was actually going to turn Brass into a turtle. He was a turtle before, the first time we met him in the first timeline. What first timeline? Who knows what she would have done to Skylax if you hadn't invited him to join our band of heroes. Not this hero business again. I'm very grateful to travel with you, Arctos. I promise to prove myself worthy of your trust. You presume much? I had just hoped that I could. Your hopes are your concern. My concern is that you've led us here, miles and miles from anyone or anything that could. Hello. Thing in the sky that has saved us a couple times. Ahoy down there! Oh, that's right. Anaxagoras has an airship. It's a flying ship, but who could build such a marvel? Arctos, allow me to present my friend and companion, Anaxagoras. Who rescues you if you're with Anaxagoras? I knew you'd be eager to show off your latest Theomechani, but I wasn't expecting something like this. Yes, I don't know if anyone's put as much effort into flying this high since Icarus. Just hope this ship's not held together with wax. Haha, don't look so nervous, I promise you. She's completely skyworthy. In fact, I think we're under attack. But that's impossible. Who could reach us all the way up here? Harpies. Well, that's a new one. Keep them off my ropes. They're the only thing holding us to the balloon. And watch your step around the ship. If it looks dangerous, it probably is. At least one balloon anchor must survive. Use the gears to damage harpies 3 times. How many? Ow. Ow. Okay. Well. And time for new videos. See you in a moment.